run the trap like whoa. Yeah.
Hey guys, Parfex here. Alright, I know it's been a little while since I made a video, and that's about to change. I finally found what I'm gonna do for hopefully the next few years. This is a game called Black Desert. I'm sure some of you have heard of it. I've even seen some of you in streams. I go into streams and see some people that I know from Elder Scrolls, get to talking. This game is the real deal. Okay, this first video is just going to be kind of an overview of the classes, and then kind of a generalization of the game, and then I'm going to be bringing you some more tutorial videos, because I have been playing it on a Korean server, and it's different on the Korean server, but you can at least get the crafting down, because the crafting is extremely unique. It's a little bit like Arcade, but in my opinion a lot better, especially because it's not pay to win. And I'll give you more generalizations of smaller categories, because this game has a ton of stuff to do. Alright, so we're just going to get started with the classes. The classes are all gender locked. Now, having said that, there's the warrior, which is as you can see down here in the bottom right, a one-hand sword and shield type of class. Very tanky. And then at 56 he gets, which we won't have in the game when it launches, he gets a big two-handed sword. It's called his awakening weapon, but that's going to be a little bit down the road. But he's a tanky, mobile champion that is probably one of people's favorite classes to play. Now, if you want to play a female version of it, there's the Valkyrie. She is the same type of character, but unlike some of the other classes that have the female counterpart, her skills are a little bit different. She is a little bit more tankier. She does have a really good group heal, but she's not quite as mobile as the warrior. A lot of people think that the Valkyrie overall is just a little better than the warrior, but once the warrior at 56 gets his two-handed sword, he can become unstoppable. But these are the two sort of sword and shield tank classes in the game. So if you wanted to play a Nightblade, well, this isn't quite the Nightblade, but she comes close. At least she uses a bow. Very high damage, squishy, mana using bow user. Very, very quick. If you look down the bottom right hand corner, this little dash she's doing, you don't get it quite until later. You'll see here the green, the little flash she's doing. You don't get it until you level it up a little quicker, because this is one of the characters I've played as well on the Korean server. I have her at level 50, but she does a ton of single target damage. She has a few AoE abilities that do a lot of damage, not quite as much as some of the other classes, like the Witch or the Wizard, but she overall is a great single target ability. This is probably going to be the most made character, I believe, on the NA server, just because of how fun she can be to play, how mobile she can be, and just the straight amount of damage that comes out every second that she pops off her abilities. It's insane. Now, when you 1v1 somebody, if they grab you, you're probably dead. They're probably gonna grab you and CC you until you die because you're that squishy. But for the most part, they're not gonna get to you because you're gonna be able to you're gonna be able to kill them before they can get to you. Now, the only downside that I did find to her is that her main combos that she does takes an insanely amount of mana, and it is really just a couple buttons you press. This game has a lot of combos. It's not just put my abilities on my bar, hit the button. You can do some of that, but there's so many abilities in the game that there's not enough room on your bar. And there's some abilities that you can't even hit buttons for. For example, this is with every class. You'll have a left click attack, a right click attack, a right click and left click attack when you hold it down, an S left click, an S right click, an SQ, an SE, an AQ, an AE, a DQ, a DE. It's just, there's a lot of skills that you can use. Every skill that you have in a tree, you can use them all at any given time. It's not like Elder Scrolls, just for example, where you have to put so many on your bar. I'm not knocking Elder Scrolls, I'm just saying that's the difference. Now, a lot more skills in this game are useless, she has a kick skills and a dagger. They're not really that useful. PvP, the kick skills can be kind of useful to get, if someone does get to you, you can CC them with your kicks. But other than that, she's just going to keep her bow out for the most part until everything around her is dead and she laughs and walks off. Okay? Then you have the Sorceress. The Sorceress is not like a sorcerer in any game that I've ever played. She is basically a melee mage. Very, very mobile and probably the #1 dueling champion in the game. You watch, if you can look up more videos of gameplay in Korea of the Sorceress. I keep saying Sorceress, but the Sorceress, she is super mobile and pretty much can kill anybody 1v1. Not so great in group play for big sieges, which we'll get to that in a little bit, but she is probably the best 1v1 class in the game. She's really cool, really flashy, and I know that I'm going to have a lot of fun playing her when I make one. Alright, Berserker. This will probably be the first class that I make, and it is a dual two-handed axes, but he wields them as one because he's a giant. And he is a smash and bash, spin to win juggernaut. Kind of brain dead to play, I'm not going to lie, but in this game you're going to be doing a lot of farming. And there is no better class at farming than the Berserker. You build up rage, unleash your rage on your foes, and watch them all die. That's pretty much what he does. In PvP, he's a little less brain dead because he has a lot of gap closing skills. He has a lot of grabs, and that's what makes him a lot of fun in PvP to play. Still not as probably fun as a sorceress or a warrior, but he's still a lot of fun to play. And in this game, you're going to want to build up your family. You have a family name in the game, and all your characters are linked, sort of like Elder Scrolls. You put money in the bank, all your characters can get it. You're going to want to farm a lot in this game, and there's no better class at it than Berserker, and that's the reason why he's my first character. Alright, here's your summoner, the Tamer. She summons, we'll see down here in the right hand corner eventually, she summons basically this big black cat, in which eventually she can ride and do a bunch of skills. She's pretty awesome. Some people say that she's not as good in PvP as she is PvE, but I've seen some tamers absolutely wreck people. She's really cool. The black cat, which I'm not seeing down there, is huge. She spawns it and she can ride it around and just absolutely kill things. And that's another thing that's different about this game, is you actually have horse combat. You can be on a horse or a mount and kill things. Witch and Wizard, which we'll get to here in a second, that's what they specialize in. There's nobody better on a horse than a witch or a wizard. But it's not showing the Tamer's pet on the bottom right here, but she has this big black pet that she likes to ride around, and you can basically AFK and farm with. She's really cool. A lot of people love her. She's going to be kind of a niche class, like summoners normally are, because she's a little girl. And I'm not big summoner class, so eventually I will make her, but she won't be one of my first characters. But she's going to be a lot of fun, and a lot of people like her. Then again, I already explained the Valkyrie. And then finally, the Witch and the Wizard. They have basically the exact same skills. Unlike the Warrior and Valkyrie, their skills are a little different. They're little different playstyles. The Witch and Wizard are pretty much exactly the same. And yes, that does look exactly like Gandalf. But they are exactly what you would expect from a Witch or Wizard. Very high damage, very big AoEs. They do have some getaway skills, unlike some other games, but they are super squishy. The amount of damage they can put out in AoE is absolutely insane. They can basically go in, drop their AoE, and just kill people. It's insane, the amount of damage that they output. But again, one person jumps on you, they're dead. The one downside to a witch and a wizard is almost all of their high damage spells have a cast time. And most of their damage spells have a cast time. It may be only a second, but as you guys know, a second in PvP can be the difference between life and death. They do have an ability, with I believe a minute and 30-second cooldown, that allows them to instant cast abilities. Which, when that is up, makes them absolutely insanely deadly. Because their skills hurt, and they hurt a lot. Alright? That's kind of the overview of the classes we're going to get. Now, in the Korean version, there are a couple more classes. There's ninjas and bladers. They have different names. There's Kanochis and that kind of thing, which we will get eventually. They're not expected until at least the level 50 patch, which I'm not exactly sure, or 55 patch, which I'm not exactly sure when that's coming out. But I'm actually really looking forward to playing the ninja, because it's really a lot like a Nightblade in Elder Scrolls, and your typical ninja type of class, where you can go stealth and basically just a straight assassin. Okay, now that's kind of a generalized, very generalized overview of all the classes. Just in case you don't know what you want to play, that's kind of what they do at an individual level. Now, in this game, there are no loading screens. The only loading screens you're going to have is to go into big version PvP. And it's sieging, and it's a lot like Elder Scrolls in that it has a lot of big group PvP. But the difference is, instead of taking keeps, you can take towns. And it only happens, there's only 3 days a week you can take towns, or what they call nodes, and it's so beneficial for you to actually take them. You can get gold off them, you can get more resources. It's just absolutely insane. I'll go over that more in the PvP version of this video, but there are also arenas, 1v1 arenas. Now the 1v1 arenas are located in every big city just outside the city. Because there's no loading screens, you can't just hit a button and queue up for arena. You have to physically walk there, and people will be there dueling. It's not as good as a game like Blade and Soul where you can just queue up, but the realism in this game is absolutely incredible. There's no fast travel. You have to get on your horse and you have to ride everywhere. Which I tend to, when I tell people this, I tend to think they're going to have a negative reaction. But most people tend to have an actually good reaction, because it's been a long time since I've played a game where I can't actually fast travel. It makes the game a lot more real. There is auto run. You can pick up a spot on the map, you can right click it, and you can just auto run there. So that makes it a lot better. And once you get your horses so high leveled, they run so fast it's almost like fast travel anyway. The crafting system in this game is insane. There's so much to do. You can have farms, there's player housing, you can have workers. There is an energy system, which a lot of people don't like. In the NA version, the only way to buy it from the store is with the currency you get in-game. So there's not like an Arcade where you could just go pay a bunch of money, get a bunch of energy, control everything. There's no landlock like Arcade either. This is just a currency called mileage points that you get while playing the game that they give you to spend on whatever you want, so that if you don't want extra energy, you can buy a costume, which this game has a ton of. I mean, the amount of costumes in this game are crazy. But, alright, that's my generalized video. There's so much to talk about. I could go on for 2 hours talking about this game. But I'm going to separate it in little videos. We're going to do the PvE side, we're going to do the PvP side, the crafting, the guilds, which wait till you guys hear about the way the guilds work in this game. It is incredible the way the guilds work in this game. You have to be a guild. Like, there's no having a guild with 40 members that are AFK. That's not going to work. You have to be in a guild in this game. I know I'm sounding excited because I am absolutely excited in this game. The last thing I'm going to tell you guys is right now, these are the 3 packs that you can order for Black Desert. They are a pre-order package. There's a $30, a $50, and a $100. I bought the $100, which I'm surprised it doesn't actually say it. I must have timed out. But I have the $100. The main reason is the 4 days you get for early access. But not only do you get 4 days of early access, you get all these things. You get house decor coupons, so you can put stuff inside your house. You get 10 dies, you get an appearance change, 10 partial skill resets, a tier 5 horse, which we'll go over that, and I might even do just a strictly horse section. You get the pet of your choice. You get $25 of in-game or of cash shop money. I get to pick my character name reservation. So I get to do that. I get 3 additional character slots because you know me, guys. I have to have my ults. I always have a bunch of ults. You get weapon skins, costumes, a bunch. But the best bang for your buck is probably going to be the $50 version. If you're not super excited about the game, you think it's going to be a game you're going to play for a while, but you're not super incredibly hyped up as much as I am, $50 version would be the one that I would probably go with. It's going to give you, where's the head start? It says on here somewhere, 48 hours of head start. Now, you get 96 for the $100 version, which is one of the few things I've ever seen in a game where the more money you pay, the more days head start you can have. In this game, being very grindy as it is, it's really good to have the more days head start. But it gives you a lot of the same things as you get for the $100 version, not as much. But this is really good right here. The horse whistle. It allows you to basically call your horse from a long distance because you have to park your horse. You have to park him somewhere where he doesn't die. Again, we'll go over that. But that's really great. The 5 partial resets, which is really good. Get some tools for gathering. You get half the decor coupons, half the dies. Still probably, overall, maybe the best bang for your buck. And if you just want to make sure that you get in the game, you want to get it pre-ordered, you don't want to have to wait till the game comes out. You want to avoid a little bit of the rush, but you're not too worried about it. You can go ahead and get the $30 pack. It doesn't come with a whole lot. It does give you an appearance change coupon, 3 partial skill resets, again, character name reservation, and a 24-hour head start with 1 additional character slot. So it's not great, but definitely not bad by any means. This game is going to be absolutely insane. And then what I'm going to end with, let's go with a sorceress. This is actually the character creator that you guys can do. You can go to their website and they have a character creator that you can download. And this just allows you to play with the character creator before you're even done. You can download your character to your computer and you can upload it when the game comes out. So you actually have your character already done. So I'll show you a little bit of the character creator, which people love. Just normal hairstyles, which is no big deal. You can mess with the shape. Make curls. You know, nobody wants that, of course. But, and then again, color, all normal. But when you start getting into, let's go body, because that's where you really can see it. Customizing body. Alright, you have your normal sliders here. You can kind of mess with the boobs there. Body shape, you can make her fatter, skinnier. But if you really want to tweak something, you can go in here and you can grab and you can drag. So many parts in the body, including the face, the body, the legs. You can just go in here and tweak things. It's one of the most in-depth character creators I've ever played in a game. You can make boobs bigger, you can make them smaller. Let's give her a longer neck, like a giraffe. Let's make her shoulders there. Widen the arms up. Let's give her some big hands. Yeah, give her some manly hands. Make that thumb kind of big. Short arms. Short arms, big hands. And I don't expect to see a lot of this type of ugly crafting of people in the game. We want I want it small. There we go. Let's go super fat, super short, fat. Oh no, I don't want that booby. But yeah, you can piss around with this for hours. Look, I mean, just look. She's very odd. Oh, you can even plump up the butt if you want. But you're gonna see a lot of celebrities. There's actually a place where you can go and you can pre-order celebrities that they've went and messed around with this. There's Selena Gomez, Brad Pitt. I think there might be a Miley Cyrus. There's so many things you can do with this custom creator they have for this game. It's a lot of fun just to play with, and you can download it yourself even if you don't want the game. You can create an account, download the game, or download the character creator, and just mess around with it to have fun if you just want to spend an hour doing something. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Go ahead and hit the like button on this video. Go ahead and comment to me what you guys are looking forward to. If you're not looking forward to the game, what you don't like about the game, what you really want to know about, any questions, anything like that. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't subscribed, because there's going to be a lot of Black Desert videos coming out. It's going to be the game that I cover mainly for the next, hopefully, 30 years. Probably being a lot more, overreacting, but at least I know for the foreseeable future, for the next few months coming up, you're going to be getting a lot of Black Desert videos. I'm absolutely stoked, excited, can't wait for this game to come out. It is under a month away, and I am counting down the days. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.